Let's go ahead and see how your AmiBroker software is laid out. When for the first time you'll start your AmiBroker software, this is the default screen you're going to see, with a default set of data preloaded into AmiBroker. For now, we won't concentrate on the data, but we will see what all features are laid out on the screen. On the right hand side is toolbar button section, where you'll find a lot of different toolbars. First, we will go ahead and clear this chart to keep only the candlestick charts, right? In order to remove these indicators, all you need to do, right click on the chart, go to delete indicator section and delete everything except price. Since price is this candlestick chart, keep price and remove all other indicators. Click MA. You will be prompted to confirm your action. Click on remember my choice and don't ask me again. Click yes. So the moving average line that is plotted in the middle is now vanished. That is taken out. Similarly, we will delete all other indicators until only price chart is kept. Alright, now you can see only price chart is displayed. You can use the zoom in button to zoom in and zoom out button to zoom out and take a better picture. Full view of the data. If you don't like working with candlesticks, or if you're not aware of what candlesticks are, you can go ahead and change it to bar chart. Go to View tab, click on Price Chart Style, and here you'll find a lot of options. Here, if you are familiar working with bar charts, click on bars. You can see the chart has now changed to reflect a bar chart. If you find it difficult to see these thin bars, you can go ahead and thick them. All you need to do, right click on the chart, click on parameters. Under the price section, go to style, click on thick. You can see the bars are now thick. If you uncheck it, the bars become thinner. Check it and click OK. The bars now appear a bit thicker, which makes it visually easy to see them. Let's come back to our toolbar button section. You find a lot of buttons laid out in this part. Let's start from the topmost. This is a selector. By default, it will always be selected. If you select any other tab, this will get deselected automatically. For example, if I select this trend line, the select tab gets deselected. Now trend line tab is selected. Go ahead and draw a trend line in any direction you desire. If you want to draw one more trend line, click on it again, draw a trend line. If you want to draw a continuous trend line, if you want to draw continuous lines, you can select these zigzag lines and draw continuous lines. If you want to stop drawing this continuous line, you can see it does not stop on its own. If you want to exit out of it, you have to go ahead and select the select line. Now you are exited out of continuous line. Let's say you don't like this red colored line. If you want to change the color of these lines, there are two ways to do it. Double click on the line. You will be a properties window will open. Here you can change its color or choose a color of your desire. You can choose if it needs to be thick line or thin line, dotted line. Click OK. You can see the color of the line has changed. It has become thinner and dotted. Let's say I want it thicker but dotted. Double click on it. Click thick line and click keep dotted line. Click OK. Now the line looks thick and but dotted. Now every time you draw a line, you can see it appears in red colored no matter what you are drawing, whether a continuous trend line, a horizontal line or a vertical line. The lines appear in red color. This is the default color set by the software. Let's say you don't like this color and you want to change the default color. Like every time you draw a line, you want it to be white in color. You can do that by going to this section, select color section, click on the down arrow, select the color of your desire. Now the default color is changed to white. Now every time you draw a line, you will see it is now being colored. It is now being drawn in white color. No matter what you draw, a square, a circle, a rectangle, it will all be colored in white color. Let's go ahead. I want it to be in pink color. Now I'll draw a rectangle. You can see it's now being drawn in pink color. I'm sorry, it's a red color. But anyways, you get the point. You can change the color of your desire by clicking on this select color. Now this chart looks a bit more noisy. There are a lot of drawings on this chart. Let's say you want to delete all of these drawings at once. You can delete the drawings in two ways. First way is to select that drawing, hit delete button on your keyboard. The second way is to select that drawing, right click on it and click delete study. The drawing will be deleted. Let's say you want to delete all of this at once. Right click on the chart, click on delete all studies. You will be prompted if you want to delete all the visible layers of this chart. Click yes. All the drawings have now vanished. You can use these trend lines on charts as well as in the indicator window. Remember, this is a chart window and this is an indicator window or a sub window. You can use these drawing tools on chart window as well as sub window. I'll go ahead and change the color to gray. Now the color is reflected to gray. Let's say your drawing, you want them to be thick. You draw a trend line. Currently, by default, it's thin. Let's say you want it to be thick. Click on this thick line. You can see the line is now thick. Now that the thick line is selected, every line you draw will by default be a thick line. Whether it's a horizontal line or a vertical line or a trend line or array, everyone will be plotted as a thick line. Similarly, if you select dotted line along with thick line, your drawing will reflect a thick dotted line. Every drawing of yours will reflect a thick dotted line. If you unselect the thick line, every line you draw will reflect a thin dotted line. Even you draw your squares will reflect a thin dotted line. Now let's say I select thick dotted line. Draw one more square. Now this line is thicker as compared to this. Let's say I unselect thick. You can see unselect dotted line. You can see dotted line has now vanished. Select dotted line and this becomes dotted line. Unselect, dots vanish. Unselect thick and this one becomes thin. So you can use these tools to change color and change the variation to suit your purpose.